Hello everyone, welcome to Shadow Files, where we uncover the mysterious stories that have yet to be fully revealed. Have you ever felt like there's more to a story than what meets the eye? What if the truth behind one of the most shocking events in entertainment history, Michael Jackson's death, wasn't as simple as it seemed? Today, we're diving deep into the conspiracy theories surrounding the King of Pop's untimely passing. And trust me, you won't want to miss the twists and turns in this tale. In this video, we'll explore the chilling theories that link Michael Jackson's death to none other than Sean "Diddy" Combs. Was there more to his passing than a tragic accident, or is there a hidden truth waiting to be uncovered? Stick with me till the end, and I'll reveal some jaw-dropping details that might make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Michael's death. Before we dive into the mystery, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe to Shadow Files so I can keep bringing you more of these fascinating unsolved stories. Now, let's get into it. On June 25th, 2009, the world stood still. The news was shocking, like a punch to the gut. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, was dead. The music icon, who had been preparing for a massive comeback tour, was suddenly gone. His death, at just 50 years old, left fans and the world in utter disbelief. But what if everything we've been told about Michael Jackson's passing isn't the whole truth? Imagine this. You're in a Los Angeles hospital, your eyes glued to the television as the breaking news flashes across the screen. Michael Jackson has died. The words feel surreal, almost like they're being spoken about a fictional character. It doesn't make sense. How could someone as electrifying, as legendary, as invincible as Michael Jackson just vanish? Paramedics had rushed to his home, but despite their best efforts, they couldn't save him. At the hospital, the doctors confirmed it. Michael Jackson was gone. The cause of death? Acute intoxication from a powerful anesthetic called propofol and a benzodiazepine sedative. The drugs were administered by Dr. Conrad Murray, Jackson's personal physician, in a desperate attempt to help him sleep. This combination led to cardiac arrest, and within moments, the King of Pop's heart stopped beating. The news exploded worldwide. Tributes poured in from every corner of the globe. Fans wept, and celebrities took to social media to express their shock. It was as though a part of the world had dimmed forever. How could the man who revolutionized music and shaped pop culture be gone so suddenly? The grief was immense, and the world collectively mourned the loss of a man who had given us more than just music. He had given us art, dance, and a sense of wonder. But even as the world grieved, something was simmering beneath the surface. Whispers began to circulate, challenging the official narrative. Was this really an accident, or was there more to Michael's death than we were being told? Could the King of Pop have faked his death to escape the crushing pressures of fame? After all, Michael had been preparing for his comeback tour, rehearsing tirelessly, his spirits high. He was at the peak of his career. So, why would he suddenly die just days before his big return? The timing seemed too perfect, too convenient. Could this be the biggest conspiracy in the entertainment industry? People started asking questions that made others uncomfortable. How could a personal physician, entrusted with the care of such a global icon, be responsible for administering a lethal dose of drugs? The story didn't add up. Dr. Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, but some couldn't help but feel that there was something deeper at play. Was this really just a case of negligence? Or was Michael Jackson's death part of something larger, something we're not being told? Then there was the matter of the This Is It tour. Michael had been rehearsing for this grand comeback. His energy was back, his voice was in peak condition, and his performances were set to bring millions of fans to their feet. he had everything to live for. So why would he die just days before his return to the stage? Some believe that Michael may have staged his death to escape the suffocating weight of his fame. The idea of Michael Jackson disappearing at the height of his career became a tantalizing theory, one that some fans couldn't shake. The media frenzy only fueled these speculations. In the days and weeks that followed, every detail of Michael Jackson's life was scrutinized. The public obsession with his death reached new heights. Tabloids printed every rumor, every whisper of scandal. And with each new headline, the mystery deepened. Was Michael Jackson really gone? Or had he staged his death in a calculated move to escape the chaos of his public life? As the official story remains unchanged, the questions linger. The cause of death, acute drug intoxication, is not in dispute. Dr. Conrad Murray was held accountable for his role, and the world moved on. But for many, the real story of Michael Jackson's death is still untold. What if there is more to the story? Could there be something we've missed? Michael Jackson's death remains one of the most shocking and mysterious events in modern history. As we remember the King of Pop, we can't help but wonder, what if we're not seeing the full picture? Could the conspiracy theories about his death actually be true? Or are we simply grasping at straws in an attempt to make sense of something that doesn't add up? You might have heard some of these stories, but could they actually be true? Let's dive deeper into this together. Sean Diddy Combs is one of the most influential figures in the world of entertainment. He's not just a rapper, producer, and entrepreneur. He's a mogul whose name carries weight in every room he enters. But here's a question that many people may not have thought about. Could Diddy have played a role in one of the biggest tragedies in music history? Could he have been involved in Michael Jackson's death? The idea of Diddy having a hand in Michael's untimely demise seems far-fetched at first, but when you start piecing the puzzle together, things begin to look suspicious. The connection between Diddy and Fahim Muhammad, Michael Jackson's former head of security, is one of the most curious links. Muhammad, as many of us know, was the one who found Michael Jackson's body in 2009. He was a figure closely tied to the King of Pop, someone who was supposed to protect him from danger. Yet, not long after Michael's death, Muhammad switched sides, going from working with the Jackson family to working for none other than Diddy. Now, imagine this scenario. Someone who spent years guarding Michael Jackson, someone who was trusted with the safety of one of the most famous men in the world, suddenly moves on to become a part of Diddy's inner circle. Doesn't that raise a few eyebrows? It's hard to shake the feeling that something deeper might be at play here. Was it just a coincidence that Muhammad left the Jackson family so suddenly after the death of Michael? Or could there be a larger, darker story behind this shift? Let's step back for a moment and think about the bigger picture. Diddy wasn't just an ordinary producer. He was, and still is, one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. He had the connections, the money, and the influence to make waves. And Michael Jackson? Well, he was the King of Pop, a man whose legacy was set in stone. But what if that legacy became more of an obstacle than an opportunity for someone like Diddy, whose career was still climbing in 2009? Could it be that, in a world where power and fame often collide, Diddy might have seen Michael's towering presence as something that needed to be removed? Some conspiracy theorists believe that Diddy might have been involved in orchestrating Michael Jackson's death, not because he had any personal vendetta against Michael, but because he wanted control over the vast empire Jackson left behind. Think about it. Michael's estate, his music, his legacy. These were valuable assets. When he died, his catalogue became worth even more. Could Diddy have recognized the opportunity to step in and take control of that empire, consolidating his power in the process? This is where things get even more controversial. Michael Jackson's passing wasn't just a loss to the world of music. It was a monumental shift in the entertainment industry. Theories surrounding his death range from accusations about his doctor's negligence to rumors of a larger conspiracy involving people who stood to gain from his death. But the idea that Diddy could have been involved adds a whole new layer to the story. In a way, it's almost too perfect. Diddy, a man with immense influence in the music world, becoming linked to the one person who had ruled that world for decades. But what about Fahim Muhammad's role in all of this? Muhammad was the one who found Michael's body. He was also the one who would have known the ins and outs of Michael's daily life. When he left the Jackson family and joined Diddy, was he just looking for a new job? Or was he stepping into a larger plan? Could he have been part of a strategy to protect Diddy's interests in the aftermath of Michael's death? It's a strange coincidence that someone so close to Michael Jackson would suddenly pivot to working for Diddy at such a critical time. Of course, there's no solid proof to back up these theories, and Diddy has always denied any involvement in Michael Jackson's death. But that's the nature of conspiracy theories, isn't it? They thrive on the unknown, on the pieces of the puzzle that don't quite fit. Diddy's rise in the years following Michael's death only fuels the fire for those who believe he may have played a part in the events surrounding that fateful day. There's also the question of timing. Michael Jackson's death left a massive void in the music world, and the media frenzy surrounding it only intensified. People wanted answers, and the rumors started flying. Diddy, who was already well established but looking for new ways to cement his legacy, may have seen this moment as an opportunity. It's not unheard of for power players in any industry to make bold moves when a giant falls. Could Diddy have taken advantage of that power vacuum left behind by Michael's death? Was his rise to even greater prominence in the years that followed a direct result of Jackson's absence? The most disturbing part of all this is that, while we may never know the full truth, the questions persist. Theories about Diddy's involvement in Michael's death have lingered, fueled by the strange turn of events, the powerful connections, and the unspoken dynamics of the music industry. People are left wondering if this is all just coincidence, or if there's something more sinister at play. So, here's the real question. Could Diddy, with all his influence and connections, have played a role in Michael Jackson's death? Was Fahim Muhammad's shift from Jackson to Diddy more than just a career move? And what does this all mean for the power structures within the music industry? Maybe we'll never get the answers, but the speculation is enough to keep us questioning. What do you think? Could there be more to this than we're being told? Let's keep digging. In 2024, a rumor surfaced that sent shockwaves through the internet. What if the FBI had reopened its investigation into Michael Jackson's death? The idea alone was enough to ignite the imagination of millions. The thought of a deep conspiracy involving powerful figures like Diddy, Tommy Mottola, and others was tantalizing. Theories quickly spread across social media, painting a mysterious, shadowy narrative. But what if all of it was nothing more than a mirage? Could there actually be something to these rumors, or are they just another piece of the endless puzzle surrounding the King of Pop? It's easy to see why these rumors were so compelling. Michael Jackson's death in 2009 was shrouded in questions and speculation. Despite official reports and investigations, the public was never fully satisfied with the answers. Fans and conspiracy theorists alike have speculated about the true cause of his death for years. But in 2024, the idea that the FBI had reopened the case seemed to offer a glimmer of hope that the truth might finally come to light. The rumor didn't just appear in a single corner of the internet. It spread like wildfire across social media platforms, especially TikTok. Videos were uploaded claiming that new evidence had been found, evidence that pointed to a dangerous web of involvement between figures like Diddy and Tommy Mottola. These videos came with dramatic music, quick cuts, and sensational headlines. For many, the evidence seemed clear. Was there a conspiracy at play, with these powerful individuals pulling the strings behind the scenes? But here's the thing. The rumors were quickly debunked. Fact-checkers pounced, exposing the lack of any credible sources or evidence to back up the claim that the FBI had reopened the investigation. The FBI itself made public statements denying any new developments or reopened cases. So, why did the rumor persist? The answer lies in the power of social media, particularly platforms like TikTok. TikTok thrives on sensational content, and the algorithm that drives it pushes engaging, mysterious, and conspiratorial videos to the top. The more people click, share, and comment on a video, the more it spreads. This creates a feedback loop where the story grows and takes on a life of its own, far beyond its original source. The sensation of uncovering hidden truths or exposing a conspiracy is irresistibly compelling. The idea that someone like Diddy, a famous figure in the music industry, could be implicated in something so dark and secretive makes for an irresistible narrative. This is where things get really interesting. The rumors didn't just focus on Diddy as a distant figure. They painted him as being at the center of a shadowy conspiracy that spanned years. The claim was that powerful people in the music industry, like Diddy and Mottola, were somehow involved in the events leading up to Michael's death. It was an emotionally charged idea, one that tapped into the frustration and confusion many fans still feel about the circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's death. These rumors promised answers, or at least the possibility of answers, even if they were built on shaky ground. But let's pause for a moment. How much of this story is actually grounded in reality? It's easy to see why people buy into these theories. We all want to make sense of the unknown, especially when it involves someone as iconic as Michael Jackson. The notion that there's a hidden truth waiting to be uncovered feels powerful. It offers a sense of closure, even if that closure is rooted in fiction. Yet no credible evidence has emerged to support the idea that Diddy or Tommy Mottola played any role in Michael's death. Still, the rumors persist because they feed into something larger than just curiosity. They tap into the belief that someone powerful, someone untouchable, could be behind something as tragic as Michael Jackson's death. As much as these theories can be entertaining, it's important to approach them with caution. The rise of misinformation is a real issue in today's digital landscape, and rumors can easily morph into something much bigger than they started. Social media is a double-edged sword. It gives people a voice, but also amplifies the spread of baseless claims. So while it's tempting to believe in the mystery, it's equally important to recognize when something doesn't add up. But here's the kicker. We may never fully understand the truth behind Michael Jackson's death. For some, the idea of a conspiracy will always be more appealing than the cold, hard facts. And that's the power of these rumors. They keep the mystery alive. So, the next time you hear about Diddy's supposed involvement or any new developments in the case, ask yourself, could this be true? Or is it just another piece of the puzzle that we'll never be able to solve? Let me know your thoughts. Do you think there's more to this story, or is it all just another layer of fiction? When Michael Jackson passed away in 2009, millions of fans around the world mourned the loss of the King of Pop. But beyond the grief, an unsettling question lingered. Did Michael Jackson really die? Or is there something deeper to his death? Something that the public hasn't been told? This question has fueled countless conspiracy theories, many of which point the finger directly at Michael's family. But what role have they played in preserving his legacy? And could their actions be keeping the mystery of his death alive? Catherine Jackson, Michael's mother, has been an unwavering protector of his image and legacy since the day her son passed. She is a woman who has seen the highs and lows of her family's life, yet her love for Michael remains steadfast. After his death, Catherine immediately took charge, stepping into a role that many would shy away from, managing the complex web of Michael's estate, his music catalogue, and the public's perception of him. But Catherine didn't just step into the role out of obligation. It's clear that she's emotionally invested in maintaining the legacy of her son. For her, Michael was more than just an entertainer. He was her child, and every action she's taken since his death is a reflection of her desire to protect him from exploitation. Imagine the weight Catherine carries. The woman who nurtured Michael through his childhood, guided him through his rise to superstardom, and stood by him through public scrutiny, now finds herself at the center of a storm. As the executor of Michael's legacy, she's tasked not only with managing his estate, but with safeguarding the essence of the man who captivated the world. Catherine's actions, like ensuring Michael's music continues to be celebrated and his humanitarian efforts highlighted, seem like nothing short of a mother's love. But to some, they seem suspiciously strategic. Is her relentless defense of Michael's legacy simply an act of love? Or could there be more to the story? Michael's children, Prince, Paris, and Biggie, have also taken on significant roles in keeping their father's legacy alive. These are young adults who lost their father far too early, and yet they have chosen to follow in his footsteps. Prince Jackson, for example, has taken on a behind-the-scenes role, managing Michael's estate and ensuring that his father's vision continues to thrive. While many of his peers might shy away from the public eye, Prince has embraced the responsibility. He's not only ensuring that Michael's financial assets are managed, but he's also actively participating in keeping his father's music and philanthropic work at the forefront of the public's attention. Paris Jackson, on the other hand, has pursued a career in music and modeling, clearly inspired by her father's artistry. If you've ever heard Paris speak about her father, it's clear that their bond was more than just familial. It was deeply creative. Paris channels that same energy into her own work, using her platform to continue Michael's legacy in her own unique way. Every song she sings, every appearance she makes, is a tribute to the man who shaped her life in ways that few can understand. Biggie, the youngest of Michael's children, has kept a more private life. Yet even he plays a role in keeping his father's memory alive. Though he may not seek the public spotlight, it's clear that Biggie holds his father's legacy close to his heart. His actions, though subtle, speak volumes about his dedication to preserving his father's image and memory for years to come. But here's the thing. All of these efforts by the Jackson family, Catherine's dedication, Prince's management, Paris's music career, have contributed to something bigger: the ongoing mystery surrounding Michael's death. While the family's actions might appear to be nothing more than a loving tribute to a beloved family member, they have also fueled the fire of conspiracy theories. Was Michael's death really what the media told us? Or is there something more at play? Could his family be hiding the truth? The more the Jacksons protect and promote Michael's legacy, the more questions arise about his death. For years, conspiracy theorists have speculated that Michael didn't die in 2009. They believe that he staged his death to escape the pressures of fame or to live a life of privacy. And while many dismiss these theories as outlandish, the Jackson family's actions have kept the mystery alive. Catherine Jackson's consistent effort to protect Michael's image, the family's ongoing involvement in his estate, and the way they continue to celebrate his life and music all seem to point towards something more than just a simple death. Could the family's loyalty to Michael be part of a larger plan to keep the truth hidden from the public? Or could they be protecting something far more valuable than just his legacy? As the Jackson family continues to shape the public's perception of Michael Jackson, they inadvertently add fuel to the conspiracy theories that surround his death. Each time they appear, whether in public statements or behind the scenes, they keep the mystery alive, making it impossible for the public to move on fully from the questions that remain unanswered. The Jackson family's commitment to preserving Michael's legacy is undeniable, but in doing so, they may have unknowingly fueled the fire of conspiracy theories that continue to surround his death. Could the Jackson family be keeping a secret? Or are they simply honoring a man they loved deeply? What do you think? Could the truth behind Michael Jackson's death be something the family is still hiding? Or is there another reason why they continue to protect his legacy? So, we've uncovered some intriguing theories linking Diddy to the death of Michael Jackson, how the pieces of this mysterious puzzle might fit together, and what role Diddy could have played in the events surrounding the King of Pop's passing. Whether these theories hold water or not, one thing is clear: the mystery continues to captivate millions around the world. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of this deep dive into one of the greatest mysteries in music history. If you're as intrigued as I am, make sure to check out our next video, where we'll continue to uncover the secrets and hidden stories that remain in the shadows. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new video. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.